Molybdenum. A look at the element molybdenum as it relates to plant nutrition. Metabolic functions of molybdenum. It is an essential component of major enzymes in plants such as nitrate reductase and nitrogenase. It's the effective ion in both, and it depends on the valence charge of the molybdenum. Nitrate reductase is the enzyme permitting the reduction of nitrate to nitrite, which occurs in the cytosol. Nitrate reductase is not needed if ammonia is the source of nitrogen in the plant. Some plants have the ability to use nitrate, and some plants will selectively use ammonia. Molybdenum is required by nodulated legumes and free-living nitrogen-fixing bacteria. Anytime you're dealing with the legume that produce most of the protein for the world's population, or organisms that have free-living nitrogen-fixing bacteria with them, the requirement for molybdenum is quite high. Method of uptake. There are 4 major fractions of molybdenum in the soil. There is dissolved molybdenum, molybdenum included with oxides such as aluminum, iron, and manganese, in a molybdenum solid phase which includes molybdite, powellite, ferrimolybdite, or as lead molybdate. These are all solid phases, which means they are not readily soluble. Molybdenum can also be associated with organic compounds. In contrast to heavy metals, molybdenum forms anionic species in solution as a molybdate. Most other metals that form solutions are going to form cationic species, where molybdenum forms anionic species. Then you've got a molybdate. Sufficiency. Sufficiency is above 1 milligram per kilogram dry matter. That's 1 part per million, which really means you do not need a whole lot of molybdenum in order to be able to look at dry matter production. Cabbage and cauliflower have a high demand, as do legumes. You may have to make sure that you've got sufficient molybdenum for them. Large-seeded legumes normally are not likely to show a deficiency because most large-seeded legumes will have molybdenum in the seed. Deficiency. You're looking at under 0.2 milligrams per kilogram dry matter. Symptoms begin on the older parts of the plant or the older parts of leaves. Molybdenum is highly mobile, which means it can be pulled out of older leaves and brought up to the younger leaves. This shows you a plant with a molybdenum deficiency. You can see that the molybdenum is actually pulled out of some of the older parts of the leaf and is brought upwards to the younger parts. Luxury consumption is not known. Only a small amount is required. There is no need for it to be luxury consumed. Toxicity when you have it is rare. You get a purple coloration to it. Sources. Molybdenum comes from granitic rock, from shells, from slate, from argillaceous schists, which are a sedimentary rock. You can get it out of weathered acidic rock. Again, these will have a low concentration of molybdenum. Artificial application. Normally the way we deal with that is you correct the pH problems. That will allow for the molybdenum to become available. You can get a soluble form such as sodium molybdate or an ammonium molybdate that you can apply. It doesn't take much in order to be able to function properly. You would have to add up to 0.5 kilogram per hectare, which is a very small dose. It can be applied foliarly or to seeds. If you've got a molybdenum deficiency, there are many ways that you can artificially modify that. It doesn't take a lot of molybdenum, even though it is very important. Check your soil for current levels. Check what is needed by the plant, then apply what is needed. Since this can be applied during seeding, always make sure you do these calculations before you decide to plant.